Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Mat Chat. This is episode 318. I am sorry. I just figured something out on my YouTube thing that I didn't know I could do, and I didn't mess up the link or anything like that, which I'm thankful for. Um I didn't know I could do this. I'm legitimately gobsmacked at this point. Um oh my god. How is everybody's Friday doing? My Friday is doing fucking fabulous. I got up really early. I had to work and everything like that, but um I decided to do an ode to my mom, and I made her chicken cutlet parmesan for tomorrow night for a great dinner, and I'm like super excited. I'm a little nervous, so hopefully like I'm gonna do everything slow as you go, and hopefully everything will pan out. But I didn't I've had a really freaking crazy week. I had an endoscopy done on Wednesday. So when I'm doing this and you see marks on my hand, it's because my veins are shit, right? I swear to Jesus. My hands, I swear to Christ, they couldn't tap me for anything. I couldn't. So they finally, after the third time, three strikes, and I'm out at this point at the all ball game here. Um, we finally was able to tap a vein and whatnot. So yeah, I had that, and then yesterday my throat hurt because of them scraping my throat and everything like that. It was a mess, but everything is okay. I have polyps because I'm on a medication that develops that. I have an hiatal hernia, which pushes everything up, which is causing me to has acid reflux, and it's not because of my weight. It's because my son pushing everything up, and it never dropped after I had my son, which I don't understand why I can't get this to be dropped, but that's neither here nor there. But I can blame having hemorrhoids and having fucking acid reflux because of my son. So my son's a pain in the ass and it gives me agita. But what kid doesn't, you know? That he's not even a kid anymore. He's a full grown adult. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'm 41, going to be 42 in less than 6 months, and it's just crazy to feel that, I'm all like, I'm technically done with everything. I'm technically done. I don't have like any technical responsibilities. I mean, if my son does something stupid, he, by all the legalities of the law, he will serve time. And it just freaks me out with that. But because I've taken measures to make sure that he would never have to serve any time because of his behavior and because of his special needs. Everybody knows what's going on, and he's in a great place, and I don't have to worry about that, which fucking is like life to me. Like, that's better than sometimes sex in this point. So I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is getting ready for Christmas. I want to wish all my Jewish fans a happy and healthy and blessed and safe Hanukkah. Shalom L'chaim. We love you here. We love you, and we support you. Um, I hope everybody is just trying to kick ass and take names at this point. We are like we have for this weekend. We have deadline. I'm still on the fence on whether or not I'm going to even cover it. I haven't watched. I don't regularly watch NXT, and if I do, I leave it on in the background, and I just leave it on in the background, and I make sure, like, I listen to it. I know relatively what's going on, so I may make that decision when I get up tomorrow morning, and I'll give you the go home show. I honestly, I do keep up with what's going on there. I do keep up what's going on there. So, it's you know what? I'm gonna make this declaration. if you don't hear from a tweet or anything like that, or whatever the case may be, by like 11 o'clock, I'm going to enjoy, because also tomorrow night is a final resolution for Impact, almost now TNA again. So I want to watch both of them too. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be watching um Deadline on my either my computer or my tablet, and I'm going to be watching Final Resolution either in my living room or my bedroom. That is definitely a game time decision. But by 11 o'clock, you should figure out. And I'm really getting impressed with Impact. I've been watching it so much lately. Oh my god, it is crazy how much I've been watching it. Seriously. And I'm just, trucking along, doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm enjoying everything. I want to This weekend is supposed to be like a relaxing weekend, because next weekend I'm going to be seeing my son, and then he's going to be coming home. Yes, 18. This is 18, 320. You're getting it Wednesday night. Wednesday night I'm going to be going live right after um Dynamite, because I want to enjoy the rest of the the Christmas with my son, and then I'll be back at it on that Friday. So Wednesday that week, I will be going live with episode 320 of right before going into the 22nd, because my son's gonna be home. I'm not gonna have any time. I want to spend time with my son. It's Christmas, and I'm trying to make the best of it because of the circumstances of um the holidays and my mom not being here. So, sue me. Sorry, I told you family comes first. So, anyway, let's get this party started. Please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live or upload a video, you all will know about it. Also, please do me a favor, go check me out on X, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, TikTok, and Cameo. I opened a Cameo account. So go check me out there. All Mel's Mat Chat. It's very, very simple. What I'm going to do is this weekend, I'm going to shoot out all my, there's usually a post, which I can, you know, um, copy and paste on the my YouTube page, so you can get all the links and everything like that. I still have to figure out how to do it in the description. I still don't know how to do that, but I'm going to make it my 2024 resolution to figure that out. So, there hasn't been really that much going on. It's just basically, um, Tony Khan is basically, being not the boss that he should be. Tony Khan is just basically, he doesn't want to be the bad guy. See, that's not happening right now. He needs to be the bad guy. So, that is pretty much as that. Um, Survivor Series did a really well in regular buys. Tonight, SmackDown is going to be a loaded show. We're going to have CM Punk. I know, shocking. We have an appearance from Karrion Kross. So of course I had to break out one of my shirts, one of many I have. It's crazy. I also tonight is the starting of the US number one contender match, which Karrion Kross is going to be taking on Bobby Lashley, and then we're going to have Dragon Lee, which he's already got an opportunity. So I think he's going to lose this match. And then, or he's going to win the match. And then Santos Escobar is going to cost him the North American Championship tomorrow. That's a prediction. That's the only really match that I'm really, gung ho about. So Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar. We're going to have Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. And we're going to have in the main event, we're going to have Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight and Randy Orton. So this is going to be a great fucking SmackDown. It's also tribute to the Truth, which I have also advocated for, that one year would be Monday Night Raw, the next year would be SmackDown. Or why don't we just make it a week? I mean, for Christ's sakes, we have WrestleMania month at this point. I think we could have tribute to the Troops week. We started off on Raw, we continue it on NXT, and then we continue it and we finish it up on SmackDown. It's very simple. I actually know what I'm talking about. All right, people. So, please also before I totally forget, I'm going to start off with, since it's more prevalent this week, we're going to start off with WWE, and then I'm going to end with AEW, and then I'm going to get you out of here. I'm hoping that I'm not here for like 3 hours. Seriously, I'm hoping I'm not here for 3 hours because I really want to enjoy the rest of my night. I've been between, where the heck is my notes? Shoot. There it is. I've been really busy with my son. My son was home like 2 weeks ago for Thanksgiving. He actually stayed home for like 6 days. Like he came home on a Wednesday and he went back on a Tuesday. So it was like almost the whole entire week. So I was like legitimately mom mode, and I was just basically trying to, get through all of the situations here. And so do me a favor. Also, please go check out for all your gift giving essentials here. Go do me a favor and go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Get all your bearded essentials right there. If you have a guy or a woman in your life that actually has a beard and is proud to wear it and is gung-ho, why don't you do yourself a favor and make sure that beard looks simply on fire, and go check them out. Really awesome people over there. They are just amazing. Also, please do me a favor. If you want to annihilate and murder your thirst, please do me a favor and go check out the people over at Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. They have spring water, unflavored salsa water, flavored salsa water, iced tea, and if you're of a legal drinking age, because depending on where you are. Hey Chris, how are you? Go check them out. If you are a legal drinking age, please drink responsibly, and you got yourself your greatest mixers. If you're a coffee aficionado just like me, please go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. Get all your coffee essentials and so much more. Please also go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. Their next event will be sometime in 2024. I'm not 100% sure with it, but I will be doing the research this weekend to get everything ready for the next week, so you can get like any matches or anything like that. But if you want to check them out, go check them out at hogwrestling.net, and then you can get all the information for um the next event that's there. Please also do me a favor. If you're having trouble giving gifts this year, don't don't try to, out not outdo yourself, but to, stress yourself out. It's not the gifts, it's the time. And if you can't really afford it, spend time with your loved ones. Yes. Oh, congratulations on that. I have an occasional drink when it's necessary. Of course, I'm having my coffee now because I need it. But again, the week of going into Christmas, the Friday of the 22nd, December 22nd, I'm preempting my show, and I am moving it just for that week to Wednesday night right after Dynamite. It's going to be about 10:30, quarter to 11, so it's going to be a late night. So I want you to strap yourself in. We're gonna have a little bit of liquor. We're gonna do a little liquor. We're gonna party, have a great time, and we're gonna enjoy the holidays. And I think that's gonna be appropriate for the holidays. Just gonna have one drink. Of course, I'm gonna have my liquid death right by me. I'm gonna just have a toast and everything. It's not gonna be a big drink. It's gonna be just a little libation, just to get me a little loose and everything. I've actually drank on here before, and it's crazy. It's a sight to be seen. Because not by choice. I don't have a problem. I'm not an alcoholic. I just now need to do this for health purposes. January 1st, I'm shutting all alcohol down. So I got to get rid of all the alcohol that I have in my house. So I'm going to party and have myself a grand old time to go out with a bang, because health wise, I can't do it anymore. So unfortunately, I'm gonna miss my Jack. I'm gonna miss my Jameson. I'm gonna miss all of that. But I got to do it because my son needs me, and that's more important than alcohol. And that's not coming from an alcoholic. That's just coming from a smart parent that I've become. And August, 4 fucking months you're sober, and I apologize for this stupid bell. I'm so sorry. Thank God I don't have my window open. But I'm not going to start off right now. I'm just going to just talk because this is annoying. I really wish they would stop this, but it is what it is. It's a fire alarm, and I have no way of stopping this. The fire department. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh, so proud, so proud, so proud. I love good news. I love this. I love the celebrations and everything. But fortunately, I got to stop for medical reasons. Unfortunately, which just sucks. But it's either the alcohol or the coffee, and I am sorry to pieces. This is my tag team partner half the time, and if I don't have this in my life, I'm gonna be one big bitch, and I'm not gonna be afraid to not admit to that. So hopefully everybody is you know going to have a great holiday season, and we're going to just have really good wrestling. We are going, as wrestling fans, we are going to enjoy wrestling. WrestleMania just became like the talk of the town. We have Revolution coming up. We have Sting's last match. I'm wondering who it's going to be against. Also, I'm wondering how the storyline's going to go and everything like that. I'm hoping it's going to be an appropriate um opponent, and it's nothing to do with Ric Flair. Okay, hopefully Ric Flair will be on his best behavior, because if he doesn't, he's going to be asked to leave AEW. And you know what? Tony Khan has got to stop fucking signing like these guys. What the hell is going on with him? I'm swearing to God, I think he thinks this is WCW back in the 90s, that he's going to go 52 weeks straight, that he's going to, win against WWE. But in the end, guess what happens? I just don't understand this. He, the definition of insanity is you keep doing the exact same thing over and over, and he keeps doing things over and over. Now, granted, he signed Osprey. He's gonna most likely maybe sign possibly Kazuchika Okada, but when a WWE talent has been either fired or let go or whatever the case may be, he signs them, but he fucking doesn't use them. He's in so much trouble right now that he could lose Andrade, Malachi, Buddy, and a possible Brody King. And if that's the case, Julia Hart is screwed. Julia Hart is completely fucking screwed, and I feel for her. She just started to get her, place, her spot. Her spot is now cemented. If this happens, we are all there. She's screwed. What is she supposed to do? She's not going to be good on her own. They're going to end up putting her back with a veiled gimmick. And even she said that this cheerleader gimmick, she was laughing at it. She thought it was ridiculous. So Tony Khan better be, better wise up and stop this. And I think it's kind of ironic. I wanted to touch on this. That Bryan Danielson, when he was in WWE as Daniel Bryan, he was trying to fight the Authority. He was a B plus player and blah blah blah, and he wanted to fight the system and yada yada yada. Now he's the system in AEW, and this is real life now. How fucking has art imitated life at this point? Now he's the biggest fucking hypocrite known to man. I find this hilarious. I don't know about you, but it's hilarious to me. I actually can't take Bryan Danielson seriously anymore. He's a great wrestler, but Jesus Christ, he's dipping into both. I don't want a superstar in charge. I want a superstar to do his job and entertain me. I hated this when it was in WCW. That basically Hulk Hogan was running WCW, and if you're telling me he wasn't, he was. All right. I don't want Bryan Danielson running AEW. I don't want that. It was the booking. I'm not talking about booking. I'm talking about fucking the politics back. Tony Khan needs to not get superstars that are already performing on his show to be in charge. He needs to have, he's got all these guys that are 60 years old, like a Billy Gunn and everything like that. Get them in that role, get them off TV, put new people on TV, and there you go. It fixes your problem. I do not want to see a 60-year-old fucking Billy Gunn on my TV. I am 41 years old. If there's a DX reunion, fine, go ahead. But if he's on my TV at a constant basis, I don't want to see it. The acclaim is a joke. Those titles are a joke. When it was on the fucking House of Black, they were actually being treated seriously. So I don't want to fucking hear it anymore. And the same goes with WWE. I do not want to see fucking goddamn aging legends on my TV there. Once or twice, yes. But as in the ring, no. Like, for instance, if they brought back Paul Ellering for AOP, I am all for that. That's what he's there for. I do not want to see him put on a pair of wrestling boots, get in the ring, and try to wrestle at his age. What is he, like 75? I mean, come on now. At least WWE is not doing that, and I'm happy about that. We don't see a Goldberg. We don't see Hulk Hogan. We don't see those guys. And I'm thankful for that, because if they do bring them on in the distant future, It's a great thing. It's a great thing because it's they're doing it properly. I see fucking goddamn Sting. I see Ric Flair. I see fucking Billy Gunn. I don't want to see them. Jake Roberts. I don't want to see them. They're taking the place of a fucking new superstar, and I'm not for it. Both places, I don't like it. So you don't think that I'm being a WWE cocksucker or an AEW cocksucker. I don't like it either one. I don't like it even done in other promotions. For Christ's sakes, Muta did it the best. He did it on his own time. He got out when he wanted to. He's retired. He's not wrestling anymore. He'll make appearances. And that's what he's supposed to be doing. All right? Let's stop this, Tony. Let's stop this. Take a page out of Mr. Levesque's book and stop bringing legends. We don't want to see them. That's all in all. Let's start off with this past SmackDown. SmackDown was, I believe, the go home. It was coming out of, I believe, Survivor Series, and my nose is killing me right now. We just basically came out of Survivor Series, and Randy Orton came, and he was going to be offered a contract with Raw or SmackDown. And we had it was right after the Survivor Series, so we were doing that, and we had an appearance by Logan Paul and a match between Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller. And that's basically about it. No, there was no appearance by CM Punk at all. So SmackDown kicked off with Bianca Belair making her way out to the ring. We get a video of the recap of the Women's War Games match from Survivor Series. Belair says her team did exactly what they needed to do, but her war with Damage Control is not over. Belair calls out Io Sky and says she wants her title back. Damage Control comes out to the ring with explanation of Bayley, who was not with the rest of the group. Dakota Kai tells Belair if she wants another title shot that she has to go through all of Damage Control first. Charlotte Flair and Shotzi then make their way out of the ring. All-out brawl breaks out in the ring. Eventually, Belair, Charlotte, and Shotzi manage to clear the ring as Michael Cole on commentary alludes Bayley's absence. We hear the Brawl and Brutes music play. Butch makes his way out to the ring all by himself as he's set to take on Bobby Lashley. We come back from commercial break. Back live, we go back to Damage Control walking towards backstage. Bayley meets up with the rest of the group where they express anger towards her for not being out there, but Dakota Kai manages to calm everybody down and the situation. We go back out to the ring and we have the match between Butch and Bobby Lashley. Before the match begins, Lashley grabs the mic as the crowd chants Lashley's name. Lashley says he will break Butch's to pieces and asks if Butch is ready for that. Butch slaps Lashley in the face as the bell rings. Butch hits a drop kick in the corner, but Lashley is able to slam Butch in the corner. Lashley plays to the crowd, and Butch drop kicks Lashley out of the ring. Butch hits a moonsault to Lashley on the outside to take down Lashley. Come back from commercial break. Back live with Lashley hitting a snapmare suplex to Butch. Lashley goes for a delayed vertical suplex, but Butch breaks free. Butch ducks under the lariat, but is caught and planted with a power slam. Lashley tossed Butch out of the ring and slams him against the ring post. Lashley goes for a spear, but Butch avoids it, and Lashley comes to the post. Butch hits an enziguri, and Butch stomps down on Lashley's hand. Butch goes for a power slam, but gets caught with an enziguri. Lashley springs off the ropes and hits Butch with a spear. Lashley covers Butch for a 3 count, and Bobby Lashley wins. Absolutely. Absolutely, Chris. You hit the nail right on the fucking head. You hit the nail right on the head. Those are the people that you need to freaking go to help you book the show. And make sure that they're not booking the fucking segment for their purposes, just like Shane McMahon did. So we go live backstage where Nick Aldis in his office, and he is approached by Paul Heyman. Heyman asks if he invited Orton to SmackDown. Aldis says that he did, and he intends to sign Randy Orton to an exclusive deal to SmackDown. Heyman if asks Aldis if Roman Reigns knows about this. Aldis says he doesn't care what Reigns thinks. He's going to sign Orton to SmackDown. And that's what a fucking general manager is supposed to be doing. Now he's going to have a little bit of conflict with Reigns, and Reigns is going to not be thrilled about this. And it's going to be great television when Reigns decides to fucking come back, you know. Graces with his fucking presence. This is why I love my fans. They come up with some great ideas. I love them. Chris, thank you. So we come back from a commercial break. Back live with Butch is walking backstage. Butch is approached by Kayla Braxton, who asks about Ridge Holland's actions last week. Butch says he doesn't care about last week. He's focused on himself right now. Pretty Deadly approached Butch and mock him of being all alone. Butch attacks Pretty Deadly, but Pretty Deadly takes advantage of the numbers and takes out Butch. Santos Escobar is interviewed backstage. Escobar says he's going to finish what Rey Mysterio started. Escobar says Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde are still blinded by their worship of Mysterio and cannot see what Mysterio will betray them to. We go and we come back from commercial break, and we have Santos Escobar versus Joaquin Wilde. The match begins with Wilde hitting a drop kick and back elbow. Escobar rolls out of the ring, and Wilde hits a dive over the top rope to Escobar. So that's a tope con hero. Wilde hits a springboard splash to Escobar. Wilde goes back up top, but is tripped up by Escobar. Wilde hits a running knee strike, and then hits a leaping DDT. Wilde covers for a 2 count. Escobar hits a super kick, and then the Phantom Driver. Escobar then covers for 3, and Santos Escobar needed that win. So then after the bell, Escobar continues to beat down Wilde before Dragon Lee runs out to make the save. As Dragon Lee slides in the ring, Escobar rolls out. Dragon Lee checks on Wilde. Then when Escobar gets back in the ring to attack Dragon Lee from behind, Dragon Lee reverses. Escobar hits a Hurricane Rana to get Escobar to leave the ring and begin to walk to the back. We come back live from commercial break. We have Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce talking backstage. Aldis tells Pearce the rumors are true, and Aldis intends to sign Orton to a SmackDown exclusive contract. Pearce shows that he has a Raw contract, and he will be out there tonight to sign Orton to Raw. The United States champion Logan Paul makes his way out to the ring, and as we get a video recap of Paul winning the title at Crown Jewel. Paul says that Paul says that the more people hope he fails, the harder he works, and the more he wins. Paul calls himself the fastest rising star in WWE history. Paul says a champion is only as good as his next challenger. And after speaking with Nick Aldis, he have created a tournament to determine the next challenger for the championship. The participants are as followed. We have Bobby Lashley, Dragon Lee, Kevin Owens, Karrion Kross, Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and an unnamed NXT superstar, which I'm going to predict. I believe it's going to be Carmelo Hayes. And that is going to be my prediction. Either that or Braun Breaker. Everything will flesh out tomorrow on deadline. Paul is interrupted by Kevin Owens making his way out to the ring. Owens says Paul standing in his ring is a nightmare. Owens says his first time ever his says the first time he ever saw Paul was on Vine. And Vine is now what we call TikTok. And that's only took 6 seconds for Owens to see Paul is an unbearable jackass. Owens says that the nightmare is about to end because Paul's days as champion are numbered. Paul says 6 seconds and 5 more than he would need to KO Owens. Owens gets right in Paul's face and he says, "This is his world." Owens is cut off by Grayson Waller and Austin Theory coming down to the ring. Waller says Paul doesn't need to be wasting time with Owens and that Paul has a lot in common with Waller and Theory. Waller and Theory get in the ring and Owens immediately punches Theory in the face, making it once again Owens and Paul alone in the ring. So we go to commercial break and we come back and we have a match between Kevin Owens and Grayson Waller. So the match begins with Waller rolls out of the ring and Owens wastes no time following him and bouncing Waller off the announce table. Owens hits a back elbow strike and follows with a senton. Owens hits a chop in the corner and goes for a cannonball, but Waller rolls out of the ring. Owens knocks down Waller to the floor and hits a frog splash from the apron. Waller shoves Owens to the steel stairs as the ref is distracted by Austin Theory stomps Owens' hand on the stairs. We come back from commercial break. The match continues live with Owens hitting a frog splash to Waller. Owens holds his hand in pain and hits a DDT using his one good arm. Owens hits a cannonball and climbs up top to hit a swanton. Owens covers for a 2 count. Owens goes for a stunner, but Waller grabs Owens' injured hand to break free. Waller continues to work over Owens' hand, and Waller goes for a running kick into the corner, but Owens dodges it. It gets a roll up for a 3, and Kevin Owens picks up the victory. Aw, thank you so much, Chris. I love you. I love you so much. You are amazing. Thank you. Now, Kevin Owens has a injury. I don't know if this is storyline or it is actual a legit injury, but he hurt his metacarpal. It's like right here, and but I've noticed that he does take a lot of time off during the holidays, and he takes time off like at the I believe it towards like right after SummerSlam, or right before. I know that he takes a lot of he takes about a month off because his kids are still in school and stuff like that. So that might change as they go off to college or go off to another portion of their education. So I just find it funny. Now he's hurt and now Sammy's hurt. It's just hilarious. I know for a fact, I think his holiday's coming up. So I guess maybe that he gets special dispensation because of his holiday and he can't work, whatever the case may be. But I think it's funny that they take similar time off. It's like, hey, I'm not working if he's not working, but it gives them a chance to rest up and then they come back and then they get put into a decent storyline. So if that's the case, let them take the time off and they put their bodies through hell. So let them take the time off. We've got other people that we can focus in on. So we come back from commercial break. Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. The match begins with a lockup. Belair hits a shoulder tackle. Sane goes through a Hurricane Rana, but Belair backflips through a dropkick. Charlotte and Shotzi and Damage Control all disrupt the match before the ref loses control and makes a smart decision just to eject everybody out of the ringside. Shocking, the fucking ref does a smart thing. Oh my God, let's write this down. The match continues live with Sane having Belair in a chinlock on the mat. Belair is able to get to her feet to break free and plants Sane with a power slam. Zayn climbs up top and hits a diving forearm strike. Belair goes for a slam, but Zayn to reverses it to send Belair out of the ring. Belair goes for the to get back in the ring, and as the ref is distracted, Belair runs up and slams Belair on the ring apron. Zayn goes up top again, but Belair catches Zayn and hits a KOD and covers Belair. Zayn hits the KOD, and Belair covers Zayn for a 3 count. So that's one member of Damage Control down. We see Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis walking backstage with respective brand contracts in hand as Randy Orton's decision is up next. This was really never a decision thing. Why didn't they keep courting him, allowing him to go back and forth until maybe the Royal Rumble? Like, if he was going to be declared, he was going to have to be declared as a whatever brand member. It would have given more story. So unless he's going to be facing him either in Perth or he's going to be facing him at the Royal Rumble, that's the only reason why I think that they wanted to do this. But they could have oh my God, they could have brought this like, hey, he's showing up and he's attacking Roman. Do you want to join SmackDown? I don't know. I'm good. And thinking he's going to go attack Seth Rollins. No, he should have made it Mistress. Then, like, all right, you keep attacking Roman Reigns. Do you want him at the Royal Rumble? All right, but there's going to be a caveat. The only way that you're going to get him is if you sign an exclusive deal with us, and you'll be on SmackDown permanently. It would have been made the story like, is Roman Reigns going to show up? Is he going to RKO one of the Bloodline members? He could have went through Sequoia. He could have went through Jimmy. It would have made things a little bit, instead of basically shooting your load all at one night. He comes back to SmackDown and he signs the SmackDown. Why? It wasn't necessary at the fucking time. I don't know what else. Like, I don't know. Seriously. Anywho, back from commercial. SmackDown is back with Pearce and Aldis in the ring. Aldis introduces Randy Orton, who comes out to a huge pop. Orton gets in the ring, and Aldis and Pearce started loudly talking over each other, trying to recruit Orton to sign with them. Pearce promises Orton a world title shot. Aldis tells Orton he could give Orton the guys that took him out. This recruiting session was cut off by Paul Heyman, who gets a monstrous pop from the crowd. Heyman says there will be no RKOs this evening. There will be no decision made by Orton because the Bloodline will make the decision for Orton. Out comes Solo Sequoia and Jimmy Uso. Pearce and Aldis leave the ring as Orton tries to fight off Jimmy and Solo. Orton is getting beaten down when LA Knight runs out to make the save. LA Knight sends Solo over the top rope, and two continue to fight all the way up the ramp. Orton granted Jimmy Uso, and he hits a draping DDT. Orton then hits Jimmy with an RKO as Heyman looks on. Orton takes both Raw and SmackDown contracts, which Heyman screams, "Go to Raw," which of course means Orton tosses aside the Raw contract and Randy Orton signs a SmackDown contract. Orton tells Heyman that he could call Roman Reigns and tell him Daddy's back. Orton drops the mic as Nick Aldis joins him in the ring to celebrate. Orton being on SmackDown roster. Naturally, Orton RKO's Aldis to celebrate himself by himself as SmackDown goes off the air. Hey, Nick Aldis, it's nothing personal. It's just welcome to WWE, and Randy Orton made it official. You just got initiated. You just take it as an initiation. No harm, no fuss. I know he's going to end up getting a fine, quote unquote, but it's initiation. Jesus Christ, you could be touched. You can wrestle. Nothing's wrong with you. So, go with it. Chris, thank you so much. I love you. Oh, you are too much today. I needed this. I needed all this praise today. I've been having a really weird week, and I've had a little bad news, and now I'm having going back up top. So now we're gonna go to Raw, and then after that, we're gonna transition into AEW, and we are going to be out of here. Hopefully, it's probably going to be close to a 3 hour thing, and I'm sorry about this, but it is what it is. I'm going to try to get through this as quickly as painlessly as possible. This is why I'm probably going to do like AEW, WWE, and then like the outlaw independent wrestling companies, which are I'm going to start focusing back into NWA, MLW, and at that point TNA. So I don't feel like that I'm overwhelmed, and I'm going to start doing like 3 shows a week, and then I don't have to be bogged down for like 3 4 hours. It'll be probably like an hour and a half, and I'll get through all the shows and everything. I just got to sit down with my calendar and place everything properly. And it's also going to change in October, where I don't know where SmackDown is going to be. So my that'll could so it'll probably be like a very it'll be what is it called, temporary schedule, and then I'll get more of a permanent schedule as after October 2024. Monday Night Raw. Oh, I my tablet is not doing so well today. You too, Chris. You too. All right. Monday Night Raw. We had a there was no CM Punk. There was no CM Punk, no nothing. Because tonight he's going to be on. So we started the show off with Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn segment. Drew McIntyre, it's been a minute since I've done this. Welcome everybody to Monday Night Raw. The land where it feels like everyone lost their mind. Apparently, liars, hypocrites, cowards, just plain idiots. Apparently, you get fired, released, leave, do what you want for a bunch of time, come back to the company, and you're instantly forgiven these days. Weren't you something like that? You were welcome back with open arms. Do what I could be talking about anybody. And then we got our champ Seth Rollins. Last week, trying to pull a fast one on Drew McIntyre. He could have given the title match to anybody on the roster. I beat Jey Uso this week before that. Clearly, he doesn't deserve it. Sticks it to me, slaps me metaphorically, so I headbutted him in this stupid face. And speaking of Jey Uso, oh my God, he's capable. He capable of an apology? He apologized to Randy Orton with his tail between his legs. Jay, it's your time is coming. There is somebody that I'm forgetting. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn comes out. Well, Drew, you've had a lot to say about everybody. I'm sure you got something to say about me. You say, you may say, you may as well as say it to my face. Drew McIntyre. Oh, yes, I do. Sammy, last week you tried to say how alike we are. We are absolutely nothing alike. We got something, I've got something to say to you. And as usual from Drew, it's the truth. You're the one person in the world who deserved to get screwed over by the bloodline. Allow me to explain. You were a part of the bloodline. You were their little lapdog, their errand boy. You joined them because you were running away from me every single week. And then what did you do? You screwed them over. And that, well, what the hell did you think was going to happen? I thought you were a smart guy. You deserved it. It's the truth. Sami Zayn, well, I'll say that you're definitely right. One thing, right about one thing, Drew. Drew, it's that I was wrong. I see. I thought we were alike. But there's the more I'm seeing it out of you, the more truth I'm hearing out of Drew McIntyre. The more I'm realizing that we're nothing alike. See, I'm not a delusional person. I'm not a person who points fingers at everybody else for their own shortcomings. And yeah, you know what? There's a big difference between you and me because when I lost in front of my family, when I let everybody down in my big championship opportunity, you know what I did? I stayed hungry. I stayed driven. I stayed motivated, and I carried me all the way to victory of the main event at WrestleMania. So I got redemption. I got to make my family proud. Do you think you're making your family proud? Drew McIntyre. One of us is not walking out of here tonight. Get me a referee now. The bell rings. So we have their first match. So the match starts between McIntyre dives Zayn back first into the turnbuckles and McIntyre with an overhead belly to belly suplex. McIntyre chops Zayn. McIntyre with a straight right hand. McIntyre slams Zayn head into the ring apron. McIntyre drives McIntyre's face first into the steel ring post. McIntyre with a gut wrench suplex. McIntyre lands a somersault plancha. Zayn is fired up. McIntyre pulls back the arms of Zayn. Zayn with a mule kick. McIntyre answers with a knife edge chop. Zayn kicks with McIntyre into the gut. Zayn with a moonsault off the ringside barricade. Zayn rolls McIntyre back in the ring. McIntyre clotheslines Zayn. McIntyre transitions to a ground and pound attack chop exchange. McIntyre repeatedly stomps on Zayn's face. McIntyre with a Gavin stomp. Zayn decks McIntyre with a back elbow smash. Zayn kicks McIntyre in the face. Zayn with a flying elbow strike. Zayn kicks McIntyre in the gut. McIntyre goes for a vertical suplex, but Zayn lands back on his feet. McIntyre, after the match, Zayn sends McIntyre shoulder first into the ring post. Zayn with a vertical suplex. Zayn starts favoring his left ankle. Zayn throwing haymakers at McIntyre. McIntyre reverses out of an Irish whip from Zayn. Zayn ducks a clothesline from McIntyre. Zayn drops McIntyre with a tilt-a-whirl DDT for a 2 count. McIntyre catches Zayn in mid-air. McIntyre with 2 overhead belly-to-belly suplexes. McIntyre ducks a clothesline from Zayn. McIntyre with a neck breaker. McIntyre pops back to his feet. Zayn clotheslines McIntyre over the top rope. Zayn goes for a slingshot pasado, but McIntyre catches him in mid-air. McIntyre flings Zayn over the announce table. McIntyre has complete control over the match during the commercial break. McIntyre goes for a reverse Alabama slam, but Zayn rolls him over for a 2 count. McIntyre with a spine buster for a 2 count. McIntyre is sit out powerbomb for a 2 count. McIntyre puts Zayn on his shoulders. McIntyre goes for the avalanche white noise, but Zayn counters with a sunset flip powerbomb for a 2 count. McIntyre blocks the Blue Thunder Bomb. Zayn is clubbing blows to McIntyre's back. Zayn goes for a Blue Thunder Bomb. Again, But McIntyre lands on his feet. McIntyre headbutts Zayn with a Glasgow kiss. McIntyre goes for the Claymore, but Zayn counters with a big boot. Zayn hits a Blue Thunder Bomb again for a two count. Zayn chops exchange. Zayn repeatedly kicks McIntyre in the face. McIntyre reverses out of the Irish whip from Zayn. Zayn starts grabbing his left ankle. A leapfrog. Zayn launches McIntyre over the top rope. Zayn can barely stand. McIntyre delivers a chop block. The referee admonishes McIntyre. McIntyre connects with a Claymore and picks up the victory. So we go to backstage. Byron Saxton has a backstage interview with Shayna Baszler. Baszler will be facing former tag team partner. How does she feel about that? Baszler only has one goal tonight, and that is to remind Jax that she's the one who put her on the shelf. She'll go after her limb by limb. Yeah, right. So we go back. We're still in the backstage. Drew McIntyre viciously attacks Zayn in the backstage area. Jey Uso, tonight I have a chance to do something I thought I would never be able to do again. A few months ago, I had a chance to dethrone the Tribal Chief and become the undisputed WWE Universal Champion. That moment was ripped away by one man, and I love the most in the world, my day one, my own twin brother. And that hurt me more than you can ever know. I couldn't be in this business anymore. I had to walk away. I really convinced myself that I was done until I got a call from Cody Rhodes. He told me, I just can't quit, man. It's your time to have a fresh start on your own. Oos. Be your own man, Oos. Create your own legacy, Oos. And more I thought about it, the more I realized he was right. My whole life has been fighting other people, right? I was fighting for Roman, for my brothers, for my father. From here on out, I just fighting for me now. My legacy. Before the bloodline, before the record breaking reigns, before the Uso penitentiary, before the day one, before the dance, before the face paint, before FCW. And I'm loving this promo. Before the long ass training nights, before making money, being poor. It was just me. Oos. So Seth Rollins, I know you're about game. You fought against me. You fought with me. Hey, Seth, tonight you're fighting one individual who's starving and is ready to eat. You're about to find out really soon, Oos, because it's just me now. Tonight I prove to the world. I prove to you. I prove to my family. I prove to myself why they call me main event Jey Uso. That was fucking fire. That promo. And I was wondering, let's put this out here. Let's spill the tea. What would have happened if he would have won the fucking title? Is there going to be two tribal chiefs? Are we going to have co-tribal chiefs? It's something to always think of, What would have happened if he would have became world's heavyweight champion? Just a little, So we go back to the back, and Byron Saxton is interviewing Becky Lynch. Becky says, thank you for joining me. I wanted to ask you about last week when you made a statement. Nia Jax, you can take it from here. Barney, get lost. Becky, so last week you were talking about a couple of fights you have on your horizon. Does it include anybody in particular? Becky, actually, yes, it includes you. You would be number one on my list because here's the thing. I've forgotten about you. Nia, I think we all have. But then you showed up in one of my interviews and reminds me that I still owe you a receipt. Nia, a receipt? Well, once I'm done squashing Shayna, I'm all yours. Lynch, I can't wait. Baszler ducks. We go to the actual match now. Baszler versus Jax. Baszler ducks a clothesline from Jax. Baszler repeatedly kicks the left hamstring of Jax. Jax with a forearm smash. Jax launches Baszler in the corner. Jax levels Baszler with a body avalanche. Jack toys around with Baszler. Jax with a heel throw. Baszler sidesteps Jax into the turnbuckle. Baszler with a rising knee strike. Baszler applies a triangle choke, which is a Karafuda clutch. Jax powerbombs Baszler. Baszler regroups on the outside. Jax slams Baszler head on the announce table and the ring apron. Jax goes for a Samoan drop, but Baszler lands back on her feet. Baszler sends Jax back first into the ring's post. Baszler kicks the left shoulder of Jax, wraps the left shoulder of Jax around the bottom rope. Baszler goes for the elbow stomp, but Jax counters with a leg sweep on the apron. Jax is with a running leg drop. Jax has complete control of the match during the commercial break. Jack applies the caravat. Baszler decks Jax with a jawbreaker. Baszler delivers her combination offense. Baszler with forearm shiver strike. Sorry, Jax drops Baszler with a Uranagi slam. Jax drives Baszler shoulder first into the ring post. Jax with a running hip attack against the ring post for a 2 count. Jax slaps Baszler in the chest. Baszler answers with a forearm shivers strike. Sorry. Jax with a sidewalk slam. Jax starts ragdolling Baszler for a 2 count. Jax applies the Cobra clutch. Baszler with elbows into the midsection. Jax. Baszler with 2 hamstrings kicks. Baszler with 2 midsection kicks. Baszler ducks a clothesline from Jax. Jax hits a Samoan drop. Baszler avoids the running hip attack. Baszler drives Jax head first into the bottom turnbuckle pad. My tablet decided to shut down a little bit. Sorry. The midsection is the clothesline. Oh, crap. Baszler avoids a running hip attack. Baszler drives Jax head first into the bottom turnbuckle pad. Baszler with a running knee strike for a 2 count. Baszler knee lifts. With clubbing mid kicks. Baszler follows that up with a knee lift. Jax drops Baszler with a running body block. Jax with a running senton splash for a 2 count. Jax drags Baszler into the corner. Baszler denies the annihilator. Baszler applies the ankle lock. Baszler with a German suplex off the second rope. Baszler applies the Karafuda clutch. Jax gets back to a vertical base. Jax drives Baszler back first into the canvas. Jax connects with the Annihilator to pick up the victory. After the match, Becky Lynch walks down to the ring. Jax decides the discretion of better part of valor and leaves the ring. We get a video recap of CM Punk's promo last week episode of Monday Night Raw. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell wishes DIY luck ahead of their 2 out of 3 falls match. We go into that very match right off the bat. We have Imperium versus DIY. Hold on. Oh boy. So we have Tommaso Ciampa and Ludwig Kaiser starting things off. Colorado tie up. Kaiser hit backs Ciampa into the turnbuckles. The referee calls for a clean break. Ciampa with a chop haymaker combination. Kaiser reverses the Irish whip from Ciampa. Kaiser blocks a boot from Ciampa. Kaiser with a palm strike. Kaiser poses for the crowd. Kaiser slams Ciampa head on the top turnbuckle pad. Kaiser with a straight right hand. Kaiser hits a Vinci tags in Vinci. Vinci buries his shoulder into the midsection of Ciampa. Vinci kicks Ciampa into the chest. Vinci with a forearm smash. Vinci uppercuts Ciampa. Forearm exchange. Ciampa whips Vinci across the ring. Vinci ducks a clothesline from Ciampa. Vinci with a crossbody block. Vinci dives his knee into Ciampa's back. Vinci with another uppercut. Vinci with a forearm across the back of Ciampa. Vinci tags in Kaiser. Kaiser the gut-wrench suplex. Ciampa stomps on Ciampa's face. Kaiser whips Ciampa out of the ring. Kaiser with scores of elbow knockdowns for a 1 count. Kaiser applies an armbar. Ciampa sends Kaiser face first in the middle turnbuckle pad. Kaiser dodges the step up. It's a Gary with forearms, shivers, strikes. Sorry. Misfire clotheslines. Ciampa tags in Gargano. Gargano with a slingshot boot to Kaiser. Gargano ducks a clothesline from Vinci. Gargano with a rolling head kick. Gargano clotheslines Kaiser. Kaiser reverses out of an Irish whip from Gargano. Gargano ducks under 2 clotheslines from Kaiser. Gargano with the La Miestia. Kaiser launches Gargano over the top rope. Gargano with an apron. It's a Gary. Gargano super kicks Vinci. Gargano hits the slingshot spear. Gargano tags in Ciampa. DIY goes for a meet in the middle, but Vinci gets out of the way. Kaiser rolls Ciampa over with a handful of tights to score the first pinfall of the match. Gargano with a flying cannonball senton off the apron. Ciampa with a slingshot pasado. DIY poses and does the Ciampa with a slingshot. Imperial regains control of the match during the commercial break. Gargano with forearm strikes. Kaiser with a reverse power slam. Kaiser knocks Ciampa off the ring apron. Kaiser sends Gargano shoulder first into the steel ring post. Kaiser tags in Vinci. Serial corner drop kicks. Vinci punches Gargano in the back. Vinci goes for the lateral press for a 2 count. Vinci applies the nerve hold. Gargano displayed his fighting spirit. Vinci kicks Gargano in the gut. Imperium goes for the European bomb, but Ciampa gets out of the way. Gargano ties things up with the victory roll. Gargano ducks a clothesline from Kaiser. Gargano lunges over Vinci. Gargano tags in Ciampa. Ciampa with a chop haymaker combination. Toe hold kick. Double Irish whip. Ciampa avoids a double clothesline with a leaping double clothesline. Ciampa with a flatliner reverse DDT. Ciampa tags in Gargano. Apron into Giri corner. Clothesline combination. Assisted belly back suplex for a 2 count. Kaiser dumps Ciampa out of the ring. Gargano launches Kaiser over the top rope. Gargano ducks a clothesline from Vinci. Gargano thrusts kicks the left knee of Vinci with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker for a 2 count. Vinci tags in Kaiser with a Hurricane Rana. Gargano punches Kaiser with a midair. Kaiser with a rolling Death Valley driver. Kaiser blasts Gargano with a PK. Kaiser tags in Vinci. Vinci with a double springboard moonsault for a 2 count. Second forearm exchange. Gargano super kicks Kaiser. Vinci slaps Ciampa in the chest. Gargano with a step up. It's a Gary. Kaiser with a discus lariat. Gargano with a roundhouse kick. Vinci kicks Gargano in the face. Vinci goes for a sit-out powerbomb, but Gargano counters with a DDT. Ciampa and Kaiser are tagged in. Ciampa ducks a clothesline from Kaiser. Kaiser uppercuts Ciampa. Ciampa Kaiser in the face. Ciampa puts Kaiser on the top turnbuckle. Ciampa with an avalanche air raid crash. Ciampa tags in Gargano. Vinci pulls out Ciampa out of the ring. Ciampa avoids Vinci a 2 count. Gargano tags in Ciampa with a straight right hand. Gargano super kicks Kaiser. Ciampa go with a big boot. DIY connects, meeting in the middle, picks up the victory. And DIY is the winner of that match. Awesome fucking match. It had a little bit of a black and gold. Oh, it was a great stroll down memory lane. That is definitely Triple H's DNA well over it. I mean, he literally probably shot a load while he was watching it. In the back, we have Chelsea Green and Piper Niven trying not to play mind games with Natalya and Tegan Nox. We also see the New Day and Alpha Academy giving the Creed brothers advice ahead of their upcoming tag team title match with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day once again find R-Truth inside their clubhouse. Truth claims that he has the best deal on TV. J.D. McDonough wants Truth to leave the clubhouse immediately. Damian Priest is still upset about Drew McIntyre and his big mouth. Unfortunately, Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor are not there on Monday. Priest wants Dominic and JD to show the Creed brothers that the Judgment Day still runs this tag team division. Handle business tonight. R-Truth, get the fuck away from Judgment Day. You are not needed. They don't need to get over. They're already over. Find some other fucking people that need to get over. Please. WWE is making Judgment Day from going from a force to be reckoned with a force to be joking with. We have Tegan Nox versus Tegan Nox and Natalya versus Katie Carter and Katana Chance. Chelsea Green and Piper Niven join the commentary team for this match. Tegan Nox and Katie Carter will start things off. Wrist lock exchange. Nox tags in Natalya with a double leg takedown, front face lock exchange. Chance tags herself in. Chance rolls Natalya over for 1 count. Natalya drops Chance with a shoulder tackle. Natalya with a press power slam for a 2 count. Chance blocks the sharpshooter. Chance decks Natalya with a back elbow smash. Chance tags in Carter. Chance trips Natalya. Assisted moonsault for a 2 count. Carter sends Natalya into the corner. Carter levels Natalya with a body avalanche. Chance is running shoulder block from the apron. Carter with a corner drop kick. Natalya ducks a clothesline from Chance. Natalya goes for a belly-to-belly suplex, but Chance lands back on her feet. Chance crawls under Natalya's legs. Carter with a face plant. Carter stops Natalya in her tracks. Natalya kicks Carter in the face. Natalya tags in Nox. Natalya with a running boot. Nox with a running uppercut. Nox follows that with 2 clotheslines. Nox is throwing haymakers at Carter. Nox goes for a gutbuster, but Carter lands back on her feet. Carter rolls under a clothesline from Nox. Carter with a low enziguri. Nox sidesteps Carter into the turnbuckles. Nox with a running uppercut in the corner. Nox with a leaping senton splash. Chance made a blind tag. Nox with a somersault senton. Chance attacks Nox from behind. Nox tags in Natalya. Chance dodges the discus lariat. Chance drops Natalya with a code breaker. Carter tags in herself in. Chance and Carter put Natalya on the top turnbuckle. Natalya blocks the double superplex. Natalya with a double power bomb for a 2 count. Natalya punches Carter in the back. Carter blocks the slingshot suplex. Carter with a roll through super kick. Carter tags in Chance. Carter super kicks Nox. Chance connects with a leg cake stand to pick up the victory after the match. Chance drop kicks Green off the apron. Cody Rhodes. For the first time, I laid my eyes on the poison mist. he was out doing a promo. I was a little boy, and I was terrified of the man who did it. A man by the name of WWE Hall of Famer Great Muta. Now that I've experienced it firsthand last week, the poison mist that is, I can tell you that it fears as a kid were justified. But I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not casting blame. It's nobody, and it's if it's anybody's fault, it's my own. I should have listened. I should have paid attention to the clues that Shinsuke Nakamura was dropping continuously. And at the end of the day, it's one of those situations where you have a big aspirations, you have big a bullseye on our back. I knew that when I declared myself for the 2024 Royal Rumble, but I was ready. But I was ready. Shinsuke, you have my attention. I think you have all of our attention. So now the two things we could do here, you could emerge from the shadows, come to the ring and explain yourself to me, or you could march down here and we could fight right now. I had a feeling that he wouldn't show up. So Shinsuke comes on the Titantron, and I'm loving this. Please, I'm loving this. This post-seasonal drip is kicking my ass. Cody, last week I made your eyes burn, but tonight I will open them. I will show you what you've not been seeing. The path that we've been taking is very same story like you. I climbed to the top of the mountain like you. I could see the top like you. I slipped and tumbled. I fell to the bottomless pit. Cody, I've suffered same humiliation. I fall from grace, page left unwritten. The devil in your mind that whispers, you'll never make it back there. But now you've woken me and you've inspired me. I'm here to unburden you. Step into your shoes and take that story off your hands. I never got to finish my story, so I will finish yours. So Cody says, you think our stories are the same, Shinsuke. I appreciate you explaining why you attacked me. See, this is what we want. We want story. We want to know what the fuck is going on. We don't want to take the upon of ourselves to fucking figure out what the hell is going on. We like this. We want this. We want more of it. Let's keep going. And perhaps we have similar paths, but until you're standing in the ring with me, I need you to know I don't hate you. I don't respect you. I never been a part of your story to run from fight. You keep saying that we are the same. Prove it. So we have Seth Rollins, Adam Pearce, and Jey Uso backstage. Adam Pearce, Seth, look, you're getting ready for a title match, so I won't keep you, but I want to say this to you so you heard it directly from me. I have invited CM Punk here next week. I intend to sign him to an exclusive Raw contract. Seth, no, zip it. I don't give a damn. All right. You do what you got to do, but when he shows the world his true colors and he blows up in your face, y'all do me a favor, all right, and stay out of my way when I do what I do. What you stay out of my way when I do what I got to do. Deal? Adam Pearce says, fair enough. Seth Rollins, good, because what I got to do right now is to get ready for main event, Jey Uso. I got to get ready to defend my World Heavyweight Championship against the best, one of the best in the world. We talked about it last week. Jey Uso earned this title match. Jey Uso, Seth, I appreciate the respect and the kind words, but it took me almost 15 years to get this opportunity. And it's my night. And I'm telling you right now, Us, you're looking at the new World Heavyweight Champion tonight. You feel me? He can't say, oh, by the way, he can't say yeet anymore. Some sort of trademark situation. Some other guy has it and whatnot. So yeet is no longer yeet anymore. They'll come up with another catchy situation. But please, the next time, do your homework before you start doing this, okay? Seth Rollins, I feel you. I feel you like you're going to stop. I'm going to stop your face into the mat at the first chance I get. Jey Uso, that's cool because I feel like I'm going to kick your face right off the first chance I get. Seth Rollins. It's about as friendly as we're going to get to be. Jey Uso, I guess it is. Us. It's my night. Us. Dominic Mysterio, the North American champion versus and JD McDonough versus the Creed brothers. My prediction, that match for the titles are going to be at the Royal Rumble. Excuse me. Dominic Mysterio and Brutus Creed will start things off. Brutus with a waistlock takedown. Brutus with a double leg takedown. Mysterio singles for the test of strength. Mysterio kicks Brutus in the gut. Brutus carries Mysterio around the ring. Brutus tags in Julius. McDonough is distracted by R-Truth. Julius with a delayed vertical suplex. Mysterio tags in McDonough. Julius with a fireman carry takeover. Julius applies an armbar. Julius transitions into a ground and pound attack. Julius breaks down McDonough into the turnbuckles. Brutus takes himself in. Fireman carry takeover. Brutus whips McDonough across the ring. Brutus with a back body drop. McDonough repeatedly kicks the midsection of Brutus. Brutus with another fireman's carry takeover. Brutus applies an armbar. McDonough drives his knee into the midsection. Forearm exchange. Brutus applies a front face lock. Brutus tags in Julius. Tandem knee strikes McDonough onto McDonough. Double gut buster for a 2 count. Brutus tags himself in. Brutus with a clubbing shoulders blocks. Brutus whips McDonough across the ring. Mysterio makes the blind tag. McDonough ducks a clothesline from Brutus. McDonough sends Brutus tumbling to the floor. Mysterio knocks Julius off the ring apron. McDonough with a quebrada. The Judgment Day has a complete control of the match during commercial break. Mysterio repeatedly stomps on Brutus's chest. Brutus blocks the Three Amigos. Brutus with a delayed vertical suplex. Julius and McDonough are tagged in. Julius ducks a clothesline for McDonough. Julius clotheslines Mysterio. Julius with a series of overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Julia fights off double team. Julius launches Mysterio over the top rope. McDonough decks Julius with a back elbow smash. Julius blocks the reverse Hurricane Rana. Mysterio pulls Brutus off the apron. McDonough drills Julius with a reverse Hurricane Rana. McDonough tags in Mysterio. McDonough lands the somersault plancha. Mysterio hits a 619 for a 2 count. Julius with a double Northern Lights suplex. Julius applies the front face lock. Brutus tags himself in. Brutus delivers a pounce on the outside. The Creeds connect with the Brutus ball to pick up the victory, and the Brutus and the Creed brothers win by pinfall. Dominic Mysterio tells Damian Priest the Creed brothers are the real deal. Next week on Raw, Cody Rhodes will battle Shinsuke Nakamura. Main events for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso. The match starts with a collar elbow tie-up. Rollins backs Jey into the ropes. The referee calls for a clean break. Strong lockup. Rollins applies a wrist lock. Jey with a wrist lock go behind. Jey grabs a side headlock. Rollins whips Jey across the ring. Rollins drops Jey with a shoulder tackle for a 1 count. Jey grabs a side headlock. Rollins sends Jey across the ring. Jey with a shoulder tackle of his own for a 1 count. Rollins avoids a super kick. Rollins rolls Jey over for a 1 count. Jey dodges the curb stomp. Jey rolls Rollins over for a 2 count. It leads quickly to a standoff in the center of the ring. Rollins with clubbing blows to Jey's chest. Rollins with a running boot. Rollins follows that up with a springboard swanton. Rollins with a springboard moonsault for a 2 count. Rollins chops Jey with the following snapmare takeover. Rollins kicks Jey in the back. Rollins with a belly-to-belly suplex for a 2 count. Rollins hammers down on Jey. Rollins goes for another belly-to-back suplex, but Jey lands back on his feet. Jey with a pop-up neck breaker for a 2 count. Jey is blistering chops. Jey follows up with a backbreaker for a 2 count. Rollins launches Jay over the top rope. Jay with an apron insecurity. Jay sends to the top turnbuckle. Rollins with a step up insecurity. Rollins goes for a pedigree, but Jay blocks it. Rollins goes for a buckle bomb, but Jay lands on his back on his feet. Rollins with a rolling elbow. Jay drops Rollins with a DDT on the floor. Jay complete control of the match during the commercial break. Rollins and Jay trading back and forth shots. Rollins clotheslines Jay over the top rope. Rollins lands a suicide dive. Jay clotheslines Rollins over the top rope. Jay with a suicide dive of his own, misfired clothesline. Both guys are knocked down after a double crossbody. Jay throwing haymakers at Rollins. Shorearm reversal by Rollins. Rollins thrust kicks the midsection of Jay. Rollins kicks Jay with a chest in the chest. Rollins with a discus lariat with a running forearm smash. Jay thrust kicks the midsection of Rollins. Jay with a drop down uppercut. Rollins knocks down Rollins blocks a boot from Jay. Jay with a spinning insecurity. Jay nails Rollins with a running hip attack. Jay dives over Rollins. Rollins hits a slim blade. Rollins with a frog splash for a 2 count. Rollins kicks Jay in the gut. Jay blocks the pedigree. Jay rolls over for a 2 count. Super kick exchange. Rollins with a rolling elbow, and Jay super kicks Rollins. Jay connects with an Uso splash for a 2 count. Jay ascends to the top turnbuckle. Rollins with a super kick. Rollins follows with a Falcon Arrow. Rollins drops Jay with a pedigree for a 2 count. Jay avoids the curb stomp. Jay spears Rollins for a 2 count. Jay goes for another spear, but Rollins counters with a knee lift. Rollins buckle bombs Jay. Jay responds with a spear. Jay delivers the Uso splash for a 2 count. Jay super kicks Rollins. Jay goes for a spear, but Rollins counters with the pedigree. Rollins plants Jay with a curb stomp to pick up the victory. After the match, Rollins shakes hands with Jay. Drew McIntyre drops Jay with a claymore out of nowhere. McIntyre catches Rollins in midair. McIntyre with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex on the floor. McIntyre body slams Jay through an announce table. McIntyre tells Jay that the truth will set him free and goes off the show. And Rollins retains. And that is all for WWE. Let's get to AEW, and hopefully that's going to go really, really freaking quick. See if I have anything from Ringside News to report. Nope, we are still go to go. There's no breaking news. By the way, before we go any further and we go into AEW, I want to announce that Mackenzie Mitchell has been terminated. She is no longer working with WWE, and she is actually the wife of Vic Joseph, the announcer for NXT. So that's other news. Since we're in a transition to AEW, please do me a favor, go check me out on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, TikTok, and Cameo. Go check me out all there. If you want me to make an announcement, tell somebody hello, or tell them off, or drop them bad some news, it's $5. Go support me. Please do me a favor, go and like, share, subscribe, turn on the bell for all notifications, so when I go live, you all will know about it. Remember, I have a lot of content on here. Please go check that out as well. Go check out the review of AEW's Full Gear 2023, as well as WWE Survivor Series War Games 2023, and you can get all of that on the channel. Again, this weekend, I'm going to try to make it a point for me to sit down to try to space everything out, because I really would like to do 3 podcasts per week. I'm going to try not to do anything on a Saturday because I need that day to do preview and predictions, and that's when things are going to get really nutty. I'm sorry, my freaking things are slow today. It's not my internet; it's my tablet. I got to clean it. Speaking of AEW, Revolution will be on March, I think, 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to start off with Rampage. Rampage was taking place from the Target Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We started off with the 8-man tag team match. AEW International Champion Orange Cassidy, FTW Champion Hook, Danhausen, and Trent Beretta versus Angelo Parker, Matt Menard, and the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and Evil Uno. Danhausen, clean house on the Dark Order, tagged in suddenly and things broke down in a Donnybrook and both teams brawling. Menard nailed Hook with a backbreaker. Menard powered bombed Trent. Cassidy came in, pushed the pace, and DDT'd Menard. Evil Uno ate a German suplex from Danhausen. Hook sent Parker for a ride with a two-bone suplex. Hook followed up with a suplex to Evil Uno. RH Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta walked onto the ramp and had a stare down with Hook. Menard blindsided Hook, and Hook was looking for Yuta. Yuta joined the broadcast booth. Hook should really learn not to take his eyes off the ball, said Wheeler Yuta. The Dark Order double teamed Hook with a running lariats. Hook fought back and made a tag to Trent. Trent walloped Alex Reynolds with a German suplex. Trent hurled Evil Uno overhead with a half and half. Orange Cassidy tagged in and dropkicked both Dark Order members. Orange staggered Evil Uno with a stun dog millionaire. Reynolds ran in and booted Orange in the face. Trent was to the aid of Orange and tossed Evil Uno with a German suplex from the turnbuckles. Danhausen squared off with Matt Menard, cursing Menard. Danhausen pulled out Jake Hager's purple hat from his trunks and began to wear it and taunted Hager. Hager was livid, jumping into the ring and immediately spilling onto the opposite side as he charged and missed Danhausen. Hook applied the red rum Parker while Danhausen created Menard to score the pin. Renee Paquette was backstage interview with Anna Jay, Ruby Soho, and Saraya backstage. Angela Parker ran back from his match and told Anna Jay he was ready to go and he'd be a team effort. Anna Jay said she didn't want him out there tonight for the match. This is why I love her. Isn't she great? Said Saraya. So Anna Jay is now please make it make sense. Jesus Christ. So they replaced Tony Storm with Anna Jay. I can't make this shit up. I'm telling you, seriously. So we have Tony Schiavone in the ring to interview Sting and the Nature Boy Ric Flair, both WWE Hall of Famers. Sting. A lot of great memories here. Thank you for the memories. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you, Tony Schiavone, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Rick, wow. From 1972 to today, and I cannot believe, and believe it or not, I'm still alive. I'm saying it, saying a lot, and that's saying a lot because I've covered a lot of ground. I had a lot of fun, but there are three or four people that are always going to be special in my life. Dusty Rhodes, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and the guy I've been wrestling that I wrestled at least 1,500 times, Sting. To be back in my hometown and to be part of this ride, think about the history of our business. I've been with him since 88, and now I'll be with him to the end. And man, that doesn't happen in real life. Guys, we've stayed as honest, as respectful with each other as the day we met. And that's really unusual. We're going to dance all night and dance a little longer. Woo! And I am just so glad that they cut whatever he said was controversial, which made me throw up legitimately. Don Callis family, Powerhouse Hobbs, Konosuke Takesha, and Kyle Fletcher versus three local wrestlers. Hobbs, Takesha, and Fletcher put on a total display of dominance, planting their opponent's heart on the mat. Hobbs scored the pin with ease. Don Callis, Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, the Golden Jets. You put two of the greatest of all time in a tag team, and what do you got? You got a team that could be the most dominant of all time. I know what wins and losses matter here. Not as of late, Don. Not as of late. Seriously, not as of late. But in the Don Callis family, the only thing that matters is winning. The Don Callis family will continue dominated until there is nowhere for the Golden Jets to hide in all elite wrestling. Footage played from earlier in the night with Prince Nana, the Machine Brian Cage, and the Workhorseman. Prince Nana, hey Brian, it's an unbelievable time for the Mogul Embassy. We have the Gates of Agony out in Japan killing it. But tonight, I need you to go ahead and hire some people to help us out tonight. I'm going to need the Workhorseman's services. This can be a huge opportunity for both guys to prove a point to Swerve and the Mogul Embassy. I paid you guys to do a job tonight and to see if you could be part of the team. I believe in you guys. Trios bout. Hikaru Shida, Chris Statlander, and Sky Blue versus Anna Jay, The Outcast, Ruby Soho, and Soraya. Chris powered Anna to the mat and tagged in Shida. Christian Shida dropped a double elbow on Anna. Sky Blue tagged in and hit a spinning kick on Anna Jay. Shida and Saraya tagged in for their respective teams. Shida hoisted up Saraya in a torture rack. Chris planted Saraya with a blue thunder bomb, but Anna Jay ran in to break up the pin. Anna tried to apply the Queen Slayer on Statlander, but Statlander escaped. Shida cracked Saraya with a jumping knee strike. Anna walloped Chris with a flatliner, but Ruby Soho inadvertently kicked Anna Jay in the face. Statlander picked up Ruby Soho and planted her. Sky Blue pinned Soho with a code blue. At the end of the night, Sky Blue and Chris Statlander working together, said Excalibur. Saraya grabbed Ruby by the hair and dragged her away. So Saraya finally made a match back. Main event, trios bout. Ring of Honor six-man championship, champion Brian Cage, Workhorseman Anthony Henry J.D. Drake versus El Helio Vikingo, Commander, and Penta El Zio Miano. As Tony Khan would probably put it, the Rent Luchas. Brian Cage suplex commit. Oh, I gotta put this out here. I am sorry. I had anesthesia on Wednesday, and my anesthesiologist looked like Brian Cage. I was in heaven. Yes, I was in fucking heaven. I was like, yes, or should I say, yeah, take me now. Brian Cage suplex commander. Penta tagged in and hit a crossbody on Cage on the top rope. Anthony Henry grabbed the tag and ate a missile dropkick from El Helio Vikingo. El Helio Vikingo wiped out Henry with an implosion Dragon Rana. JD grabbed a tag and invited Vikingo to chop him. Vikingo chopped Drake and left a handprint on Jake's chest. Drake fired back and leveled Vikingo. Penta and Commander dropped Henry and Cage with stereo thrust kicks. Commander dropped kicked Cage out of the ring and boost from Penta. Cage was taken down with a series of sling blades from Penta. He followed up with a DDT to the workhorseman. Commander used a springboard lung blower on Cage, held him up, and followed Vikingo to drop down with a double foot stomp. Penta followed up with a foot stomp of his own onto Cage for a near fall. That's an amazing escape by Cage because he was hit by all three men, said Shivani. Commander jumped in but got a shoulder block by Cage in midair. Cage monkey flipped, followed Commander into a waiting arms of Drake, who power bombed Commander. Drake catapulted Commander a thrust kick from Henry. Drake held onto Commander so Henry could drop a double foot stomp from the top rope on Commander. Henry covered Commander for the pin, but Vikingo broke it up. Henry spiked Vikingo with a pile driver. Penta was there and grabbed Henry and drilled him with a made in Japan. Drake ran in and wiped out Penta. Cage held on to Commander and Henry tried to boot Commander in the head, but Commander ducked. Henry inadvertently hit Cage instead. A miscommunication there, said Excalibur. Cage was furious and rocked Henry with a discus lariat. Prince, Nana, and Brian Cage walked away from the ring, abandoning the workhorseman. Penta smashed Henry with a fear factor. Commander flipped onto Henry with a splash. Vikingo finished off Henry with a 630 senton and pinned Henry. The short fuse of Brian Cage could ultimately lead to win, said Excalibur. So we're going to go right into Collision. I am so nasally today. It's like ridiculous. This is itching too. All right. Collision was coming from the Erie Assurance Arena in Erie, Pennsylvania. Started off with the Continental Classic Tournament Blue League match. The House of Blacks, Brody King versus the Blackpool Combat Club, Claudio Castagnoli. Oh my God, I am choking on my own saliva today. Oh my Jesus. I want a new nose, I swear, Christ. Brody and Claudio both throw their power began the match by blasting one another with forearms. Brody hit Claudio with a lariat, not afraid to utilize the cast on his injured arm. I don't know if this is for pride or what, but neither man is going down, said Tony Schiavone. Brody pump kicked Claudio, taking down Claudio with a big boot to the face. Claudio came back with a body slam and then knocked Brody over the top rope and to the arena floor with a clothesline. Claudio followed up with a running European uppercut. Claudio whipped Brody into the steel barricade. Brody charged back with a lariat, then removed the steel padding on the barricade. Brody hurled Claudio back into the exposed barricade. Back in the ring, Brody clobbered Claudio with a scoop slam and a running senton splash. Claudio rallied back with a European uppercuts to Brody in the corner. Claudio went for a giant swing, but Brody pushed him out of the way. Claudio shot back with a double foot stomp for a near fall. Claudio rocked Brody with a pop-up European uppercut. He lifted him with he lifted him a good 2 feet off the mat, said Nigel. Claudio grabbed Brody in a giant swing. Claudio applied a sharpshooter. Brody crawled to the ropes, forcing ref to break the hold. Brody managed to a German suplex Claudio and followed up with a running cannonball in the corner. He covered Claudio, but Claudio kicked out at one. Claudio hit a Canadian destroyer on Brody and covered him, but Brody kicked out at one. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Brody spiked Claudio with a pile driver for a near fall. Brody leveled Claudio with a massive lariat and pinned Claudio. I'm wondering if it may have been the cast on the forearm shot, said Kevin Kelly. Oh my God, we have Abaddon. Abaddon is still lurking around, even though it's past Thanksgiving. I guess she'll stay until about springtime while she goes and hibernates for the summer, and then she'll come back out in the fall and the winter time. I guess that's her time of the year to be in AEW. Charmed life she lives. Abaddon versus Kiera Hogan. Hogan hit a shotgun drop kick on Abaddon. Abaddon battered Hogan in the corner. They charged at Hogan, but Hogan moved and connected with a thrust kick. Kiera Hogan followed up with a drop kick for a near fall. Abaddon used a sidewalk slam on Kiera Hogan. Abaddon stunned Hogan with a cutter. Kiera Hogan nailed Abaddon with a neck breaker. Abaddon fired back with a knee strike. They planted Hogan hard on the mat with a black dahlia and pinned Hogan. The arena lights went dark. They came back on. TBS champion Julia Hart was in the ring, smiling at Abaddon. The lights went dark again. This time, when the lights turned back on, Julia had vanished. Alex Marvez was backstage and he was interviewing Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was interrupted by Roderick Strong and the Kingdom. Ay. Can we get this guy out of fucking AEW and back on WWE and at least put him in something that this is not obnoxious? And it sickens me to see that with Roderick Strong. I would like to see him back as like the Undisputed Era Roderick Strong with some balls. He doesn't have any balls. He lost. Triple H has all their balls. He's got Kyle's, he's got Roderick's, he's got Adams, and he's got Bobby's. All the balls. Because when they were in WWE, NXT, they had some fucking cojones, people. Cojones. Roderick Strong, Joe, listen, I'm willing to forgive you for trying to end my career by trying to break my neck, not once but twice. I know you have the world title match with Max, but it's clearly a trap. Max is the devil. But listen, my best friend says he likes you, and you're a good friend to his. So it's my best. So it's his best friend that makes you my best friend by proxy. Listen, Wednesday, just a setup. His goons are going to beat the crap out of you. He's not even here right now. He's probably plotting exactly how he's going to do it. Will you listen to me? Samoa Joe smirked and walked off. Continental Classic Tournament Blue League match. Andrade El Idolo versus Daniel Garcia. Matt Menard joined the broadcast booth for this match. Why are we doing this? Why? Andrade applied the side headlock. Garcia shoved him off. But Andrade came back off the ropes with a shoulder block. Andrade hit a big crossbody press on Garcia. Andrade jumped off the top with a plancha to Garcia. Garcia used a pair of dragon screw leg whips on Andrade. Garcia rammed Andrade into the barricade. Garcia climbed up the top turnbuckle, but Andrade shoved him off the perch. Garcia tumbled hard onto the arena floor. Garcia rallied back, tying Andrade into the tree of woe and then hammering on Andrade's knee. Garcia blasted Andrade with a running drop kick and then a brainbuster for a near fall. Garcia missed a lariat. Andrade countered with two suplexes. Garcia escaped with a third attempt from Andrade, jumping on Andrade back with a sleeper. Andrade climbed to the top rope with Garcia on its back. Andrade suplexed Garcia. Andrade followed up with a series of suplexes, an homage to Eddie Guerrero. Andrade finished off the Garcia with a flatliner and pinned him. Andrade cracks the scoreboard, said Tony Schiavone. Willie Mack was backstage with some words for Wardlow. Willie, see Wardlow, I know you've been going through a lot of things these past weeks, but you don't put your hands on my friends. So I'm going to reach out and touch you. So next week we're going to have to do the damn thing in the ring. So pack your lunch because I'm a big boy. Glad we know that, Willie Mack. Roderick Strong came to the ring with the Kingdom, Matt Tavern, and Mike Bennett. Roderick Strong, I just want to say something to Samoa Joe. Listen to me, dude. Everything I've said back there is true. Max is the devil, and you're going to find out very soon. Those three dweebs in the ring, Matt and Mike, are going to beat their asses, and they want it dedicated to my best friend, Adam, whether he wants me to or not. I swear to Jesus, this is irking me the hell out. The Kingdom, Matt Tavern, and Mike Bennett versus the Iron Savages, Sauce Boss, Beefcake Boulder, and Dirty Bulk Bronson. The names are getting horrible. Boulder knocked down both members of the Kingdom with a crossbody. He chokeslammed Bennett on the apron. Tavern cracked Bronson with a thrust kick. Boulder tried to moonsault, but Tavern rolled out of the way. Bennett nailed Bronson with a Death Valley driver, and Tavern followed up with just the tip of the knee strike. They spiked Bronson with a pile driver, and Tavern scored the pin. Roderick Strong jumped into the ring after the match and wiped out the manager of Iron Savages. Lexi Nair was backstage with All Ego Ethan Page. That's another one. He was so hot. What the hell? Ethan Page, ever since losing to MJF and in my home nation of Canada, I have had to regroup. I've gotten into physical condition in the best physical condition of my life. I've been in Ring of Honor racking up wins. I want to be the king of Canada, but right now the crown is sitting on someone else's head. I want you, Kenny Omega, next week on Collision. Who fucking cares about Ring of Honor? It's on a fucking paywall. Do you honestly think people are going to be paying for this shit? If you start charging $9.99 and put the fucking pay-per-views that you're going to have next week on there, people will then go out and get it. But it's not. You have to actually pay $30. Who's going to want to pay $10 plus the $30 for $40? And it's not even going to be on the fucking streaming app. Hello, Tony Khan, I got a real fucking awesome idea. You're searching and you're fucking prostituting yourself for a streaming app. You have one. Revamp Ring of Honor's app and you dub it the AEW Plus streaming app. You also get, if you pay, say, $15 a month, you get not only the pay-per-views, but you also get Ring of Honor. Plus, you get the Ring of Honor pay-per-views for $15, maybe $20 a month. You got yourself a fucking bonanza, people. Anyway, Christopher Daniels and Matt Sydal versus the House of Black, Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews. Sydal jumped off the top turnbuckle, but Buddy grabbed him and nailed him with an elbow. Sydal fired back with a high kick to Buddy's head. Daniels tagged in and exhibited great tandem offense on Buddy. Malachi wiped out Daniels with a moonsault to the floor. Sydal tagged in and connected with a missile drop kick on Black. Malachi cracked Sydal with an elbow to the back of the head. Buddy blasted Daniels with a meteor, and Sydal had the same idea, taking down Black with a meteor of his own. Black swept out Daniels' leg, and then Buddy curb stomped CD. Back ended with a high roundhouse kick to Daniels' head and pinned Daniels. That rocked the jaw of Christopher Daniels, said Tony Schiavone. The arena lights went out. They came back on. FTR's music was playing. Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler walked to the ring. Malachi Black, before you do anything, I assume that the both of you are here because you're joining the House of Black. The only people that have been here for you both of you is the House of Black. I've done a lot of things, but not once have told a lie. Dax Hardwood went to go pick up the microphone, but Buddy rushed in and kicked him. Dax was curb stomped. Influenced Mr. Seth Rollins. It was a ruse by the House of Black. Buddy held down Dax so he could force to watch as Malachi cracked Cash with a roundhouse kick, which is the Fades of Black. I need to watch a couple of Malachi matches in NXT. I'm like craving that right now. Malachi Black, you see, not one single person is coming for you. Boy, were you my predictions right last week? No one's coming for you. Dax flipped off Black, then Black rocked Dax with a devastating spin kick to the head. Renee Paquette had an exclusive Collision interview backstage with AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm. It's another one I'm like not fully on board with. Just saying, you know. Toni Storm, Sky Blue, if I have any advice for you, it would be for you to walk backwards, because the only time they will have anything nice to say to you is when they're taking your pictures of your bottom. You could be the first challenger for my belt. After the commercial break, Sky Blue responded to Timeless Toni Storm. Sky Blue, Tony, I have met you through every one of your phases, but this is a midlife crisis. If that's a midlife crisis, I'm going through an old age crisis here. She is like in her 20s. I'm in my 40s. What the fuck? Thanks, Sky Blue. I'm going to keep my eye on you. And I never knew that I was a poet until I right here, and I freaking almost blew it. It's the most pathetic one by far, but you haven't met this Sky Blue. So bring your little butler, bring your little blonde bimbo, and whatever 1940s crap you've got up that rope, because nothing's going to stop me from taking that championship. AAA Mega Champion El Helio Vikingo versus Kip Sabian. Another one. Why are we seeing Kip Sabian? This pisses me off every time I see this. Vikingo shocked Sabian with a kick and then an arm drag off the ropes. Vikingo went for the tope, but Sabian had an answer, drilling Vikingo with stiff kick to the face. Kip followed up with an Arabian moonsault. Vikingo connected with a spinning kick to Kip. followed up with a torture rack knee lift strike to Sabian. Vikingo came off the ropes with a 360 Phoenix splash from the other side for a near fall on Sabian. Sabian climbed to the top turnbuckle and jockeyed for position with Vikingo. Sabian took down Vikingo with a Hurricane Rana. Vikingo rallied back with a tornillo from the top and then a running knee strike. Vikingo pinned Sabian after 630 splash. I understand he's a champion, but Jesus Christ. Lexi Nair backstage with Limitless Keith Lee. Wow, he's actually starting to stay on TV more and more. Wow, we might get a good run out of this. Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty interrupted Keith Lee. Shane, I know you're not dumb enough to look past me. Last year, tag match didn't solve anything for me. So I say this year we give it the people the fight they really want to see. Shane Taylor versus Keith Lee, 1-on-1 at Final Battle. This is going to be a banger. Banger alert. Banger alert. Just this match is going to get me to tune in next week. Keith Lee, challenge accepted. I'll see you later too, Lee Moriarty. Lexi Nair interviewed CJ Perry. The Redeemer, Miro, interrupted, trying to walk past CJ and into the locker room of her client, Andrade El Idolo. CJ Perry, Miro, you can't go in there. I know you think bad things will happen. I need to do this. You picked your God. Now I have to prove myself by winning this tournament. I will start to be on the path that will help me. If you want to go in there, I can't stop you, but you're a grown man. But please, if there's any love that you have for me, please let me do this and find my own way. And if I mean anything to you, don't lay a hand on my client. Can you please do that? Miro, my God is gone. If he's still with me, I'd be in this tourney ripping the spine out of Andrade. But I promise you, I won't lay a hand on your client. You have my word. Main event. Continental Classic Tournament Blue League. The Blackpool Combat Club. The American Authority Maker. Oh, I'm sorry. The American Dragon. Bryan Danielson. Versus the Ring of Honor World Champion and the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion, Eddie Kingston. Danielson fired off some chops on Kingston's chest. Kingston retaliated, knocking Danielson off his feet. Danielson was limited as he was wearing an eye patch over an injured eye. Danielson pulled back on Kingston's arm, driving a knee into Kingston's back. Danielson German suplexed Kingston. Danielson booted Kingston in the face. Daniel slid out of the ring, but Kingston back suplexed Danielson on the arena floor. Danielson headbutted Kingston and dropped Kingston with a missile dropkick. Danielson applied the label lock. Kingston escaped, mounted Danielson, and began grounding and pounded Danielson. Kingston cracked Danielson with his spinning back fist for a near fall. Kingston grabbed a 2 count on Danielson after a vertical suplex. Danielson stunned Kingston with a roundhouse kick to the top of the head. Danielson battered Kingston with a barrage of kicks. Eddie tossed Danielson with a half and half suplex. Danielson blocked a spinning back fist and dumped Kingston on his head with a suplex. The fans chant, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Danielson grabbed Kingston's wrist and began stomped Kingston's head. Kingston flipped off Bryan Danielson, but Bryan nailed Kingston with a running knee strike and pinned Kingston. Beautiful is brutality. Yes, we know beautiful is brutality. We have Mommy. Mommy is beautiful. Mommy is brutality. She gets it done. We all know this. said Kevin Kelly. Even Kevin Kelly knows beautiful is brutality. I mean, come on. She's over in two companies. I mean, come on now. Oh God, I need a vacation, people. I desperately need a vacation. So we're gonna go right into Dynamite, and I'm gonna get you out of here, and hopefully it'll be under 2.5 hours. Please, for the love of God, I want to get out of here. I'm tired. I've had a long week. I've had a really weird week. You know. Oh, the Dynamite is being live from the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. We started off with the Continental Classic Gold League match. Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley's versus LFI's Roosh. Roosh chopped. This was a fucking great match. Excellent match. Roosh chopped at Moxley. Moxley returned fire. Moxley chained levels and kicked Roosh, but Roosh countered with a belly-to-belly suplex. Mox came down on his shoulder with an awkward landing on his shoulder and arm being caught under Roosh's body. They brawled outside the ring. Mox whipped Roosh over the barricade. Mox pursued Roosh through the fans. Roosh gouged Moxley's eye and smashed a drink over Moxley's head. Back in the ring, they traded more strikes. Roosh stomped on Moxley in the corner and booted Moxley in the face. Roosh taunted Moxley, but Moxley flipped him off in response. Roosh slammed Moxley for a near fall. Moxley rallied back with a big cutter on Roosh. Moxley rocked Roosh with a lariat in the corner. Moxley suplexed Moxley. Moxley suplexed. Just spit on my goddamn. Moxley suplexed Roosh for a 2 count. Now, when he was mocking him, he was doing the tank tranquilo. What Hiroshi Tanahashi does in New Japan. Nah, you got to know me now. Come on, I'm all over the place with New Japan. I would love to cover that full time, but their schedule is fucking crazy. I mean, I couldn't sleep. I'd have to sleep during the day, and it just would fuck up my whole. Plus, I have adult responsibilities to do during the day, so it doesn't afford me to stay up all night. Roosh chopped at Moxley, and Moxley returned. Right. I read that already. Sorry. Roosh taunted Moxley was responded more outside the ring. Moxley charged at Roosh. Roosh countered with a belly suplex, sending Mox flying into the steel barricade. Roosh returned Moxley to the ring, and Moxley spiked Roosh with a DDT. The fans chanted, "Moxley, Moxley, Moxley." Roosh blasted Moxley with a standing pile driver. Roosh suplexed Moxley for a near fall. Moxley got to his feet and rocked out of the ring with a tope suicida at Roosh. Both men returned the ring, barely beating the ref's 10 count. Moxley and Roosh collided in the ring, Roosh resorting to a headbutt, knocking Mox down. Roosh was looking for a bull's horns, but Mox rocked Roosh with a King Kong lariat and a Death Rider. Roosh kicked out of a pin attempt, and then Moxley transitioned to the Bulldog choke and put Roosh to sleep. That's how you do it. And a proper fundamental, said Taz. Roosh is frustrated. He woke up and heard Moxley's music playing, added Excalibur. Renee Paquette interviewed Roderick Strong and the Kingdom on the ramp. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Breaking news, breaking news. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Just a little story. I am sorry that I'm like legitimately choking on my saliva. It's just my allergies are kicking my ass this winter. Roderick Strong, Renee! It's obvious that Max is going to put his dagger into the heart of my best friend by proxy, Samoa Joe. But Joe is a big boy. And if life taught me anything, actions have consequences. And tonight, Joe is going to put his hand on the stove and it's going to burn. Renee, you sound crazy. You sound crazy. Every decision has consequences. Look at me. This is my life. I'm in a wheelchair because of decisions I've made. This is my life every single day. And I live with the consequences of my decisions until now. Roderick stood up from the wheelchair and began to walk. Oh, did fucking I hope Adam was watching. Because if you weren't, you're an idiot, Adam. Roderick Strong, I will no longer suffer the consequences for my decisions. I will no longer be held back by this wheelchair. This wheelchair has held me back for way too long, far too long. So then we go back to Renee was backstage outside the AEW World Champions MJF's locker room and Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion, hoping to get a word with him. Hangman Adam Page walked by unaware that Renee was doing a live shot. She transitioned to interview Page, who hasn't been seen since his Texas death match with Swerve Strickland. Adam Page, I got hit in the back of the head with a cinder block and choked unconscious, so I could not fly for a few weeks. And I'm glad you caught me because there is something I need to say to you, Swerve, and to the world. Swerve, you broke into my home. You went into my son's room. It took Prince Nana. It took Brian Cage, but you beat me in a Texas death match on pay-per-view. I concede. I recognize when I've lost. And now you've beaten me. But at Full Gear, I took something from you that you will never get back. I think we are bound by something bigger than either of us. I think you should know this is not over. And Swerve, I know you want more than anything else from this life. I promise because of what you have done to me that you will never have it. So then MJF walked out of his locker room. MJF, howdy, Sea Biscuit. Oh my God. Oh my God. MJF, you are a national treasure, I swear. I just wanted to say to you, bravo on that match at Full Gear against Strickland. I mean, it was so impressive to see you two guys battle it out to see who could get more STDs. Paige, honestly, I don't have 30 minutes to stand here for you to talk to me like you normally do. So, Renee, if this is your interview, have it. Paige walked off. MJF, the reason why I have you out here for 30 minutes is to wake up the crowd after they have to deal with somebody like you putting them to sleep. Paige, turn around and came back to MJF. Paige, is there something else you want to say to me? MJF, funny to ask. My memory is not all that great, Renee. I've been hit in the head a couple of times. I think the last time you and I saw eye to eye, I verbally bent you over in front of Brett at double or nothing. Paige, yeah. I think you were talking about my match where I buckshotted you and threw you over the top rope. Was that the one? MJF, that's a very good memory. See, what I remember is the first time I won the Dynamite Diamond ring, but I can't recall who I beat. I believe it was this white trash hick. Renee, do you remember who I beat for the Diamond ring? Because it's escaping me. Paige, I think it was me. I think it made me so upset that I had to console myself becoming world champion instead. MJF, oh yeah, that reign was fantastic. It lasted about 6 months, right? The thing is, my reign has been well over a year. Paige, well, I'm sure you're really proud of that. I'm sure you'll continue to be proud until you're 70 years old at home by yourself telling your ninth cat about your 1 year title reign. MJF, funny stuff. You want to get honest here, Hangman. You know what? I think about everybody in the locker room. There is one guy I think you're the devil. Paige, the devil, the masked guy. You think I'm running around in that Party City mask? I have known you long time, Matt. I have known you for a long time, Max. And as long as I've known you, you have been a manipulator. Max, just be honest with me. Max, it's probably just you, right? You put on a mask, you run around, you attack your opponents, you pretend you attack yourself, but you don't know what the deal is, but it's just you. Be honest with me. MJF, you want honesty? How about I honestly beat the living hell out of you, Hangman? I got you. MJF's face, but Samoa Joe intervened. Samoa Joe, easy there. He's my responsibility now. And MJF, what is wrong with you? We have other issues tonight. What that do not involve him. And I've got to blow my nose. I am so sorry about this. I am like legitimately, my nose is about to like drip off. I'm serious. The Continental Classic Gold League match, Mark Briscoe versus the Mogul Embassy's Swerve Strickland. Another banger match. This is a must win for Mark Briscoe, said Excalibur. He's facing elimination here tonight, replied Tony Schiavone. Briscoe used an arm drag on Swerve, followed up with an inside trip and a headlock. Briscoe connected with a high boot into a jaw of Strickland. Mark hit a tight Russian leg sweep on Swerve. Swerve managed to rally back with a diving uppercut to Briscoe's neck. Swerve followed up with a delayed neck breaker. They exchanged strikes on the apron. Mark clocked Swerve with a kick, knocking him to the floor. Briscoe charged at Swerve, and Swerve backdropped him over the barricade. Swerve suplexed Briscoe off the barricade onto the arena floor. Back in the ring, Briscoe rang Swerve's bell with the redneck kung fu. Briscoe was on target with an elbow strike and then a high boot in the corner. Briscoe nailed Swerve with a fisherman buster for a near fall. Swerve turned the corner with a German suplex. Swerve cracked Mark with a roundhouse kick for a 2 count. Swerve climbed to the top turnbuckle, but Mark knocked Swerve off his perch with a big uppercut. Briscoe connected with a lariat for a near fall. Swerve had the Dre Jeweler scouted and countered with a house call kick. Swerve tried for a 450 splash, but Mark raised his knee to counter. Briscoe tried for a froggy bow, but Swerve raised his knees to counter. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Mark looked for Dre Jeweler on the apron, but Swerve countered with a Death Valley driver. Swerve climbed up to the top turnbuckle and hit a Swerve stomp, scoring the pin on Briscoe. 9 points for Swerve Strickland, said Excalibur. Briscoe deserves a lot of credit putting his body out there, but he is not able to get the victory, said Taz. I'm sorry, I'm like really bad tonight. I'm taking a Benadryl tonight before I go to bed. Renee Paquette was backstage with Mariah May. Mariah, the meeting was last week with Tony Khan really went well. He watched all my work in Stardom. Yeah. Now you can understand the guy never sleeps. He loves Japanese wrestling. I mean, he's not an idiot. He signed me. He planned my debut. He want to be good. We wanted to be good as possibly can. Bring some much needed glamour to AEW. What is this? Who's gonna debut first, Mariah or Jay Cargill? I think that's how it's gonna go. Renee, you guys plan your debut. Can you give me information on your first opponent going to be? Mariah. Renee, that's none of your business because tonight it's all about Timeless Tony Storm, her first title defense. I'm going to be there watching, studying. AEW World Champion and Ring of Honor Tag Team Champion MJF and Samoa Joe versus the Devil's Masked Men. Samoa Joe made his entrance first by himself. The Devil's Masked Men surrounded the ring as the lights flickered. Joe was surrounded by on all four sides. Lights went out completely when the arena lights came back on. The Devil's Masked Men were nowhere to be seen, and Joe was standing all alone in the ring. Is this supposed to be a warning message to Samoa Joe? Asked Excalibur. The masked devil appeared on the big screen, and then live footage began to show from backstage while Samoa Joe watched on. MJF had been knocked out and his body unconscious on the cement floor. A broken bottle nearby. Samoa Joe sprinted up the ramp to the back. They used real glass. They used real glass. Oh my God. Oh my God. By the way, speaking of real glass and everything like that, Jack Perry's off the suspension. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Yeah, I feel sorry for him getting paid at home banging Anna Jay. We come back from commercial break. After the commercial break, Jon Moxley was backstage. Moxley, I'm humbled before God and my mother, but I know exactly who I am. I know exactly what I'm capable of. I expect to be 3-0. I expect to be 5-0. I expect to win the Continental Classic because I'm the ace of the world. Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana walked onto the scene. Swerve 9-0. 9-0. It's going to take more than those crappy new kick pegs that you have to stop the momentum I am on. As you saw in LA, I am willing to do whatever it takes to win at all cost. It doesn't matter who's in my way. Remember that. Good, me too. See you in Texas. Another banger in the making. TMC, Turner Classic Movie host Ben Makowitz introduced Timeless Tony Storm ahead of her match. AEW Women's World Championship match. Timeless Tony Storm versus Sky Blue. Mariah May was watching from ringside. Tony Storm had a tight headlock on Sky Blue. Tony Storm blasted Blue with a stiff shot. Tony bounced Sky's head against the broadcast booth. Storm hit a hip attack against Blue and the barricade. Blue connected with a drop kick and then rising knee strike. Blue got a near fall on Storm after diving crossbody press. Storm blocked Sky fall and nailed Blue with a German suplex. Blue dodged a hip attack and fired back with a thrust kick on Storm. Sky Blue cracked Tony Storm with her own version of a hip attack. Sky Blue rocked Tony with a Code Blue for a very near fall on Tony. Delivered headbutts on Sky Blue, stopping Sky in her tracks. Tony suplexed Sky Blue to score. Storm used a hip attack, went for a Storm Zero, but Sky countered with a roll up. Storm reversed a roll up and a spin Sky Blue to retain the title. After the match, Rio's music hit. Rio ran down the ring. Storm charged Rio, but Rio dodged Storm and drop kicked the champ out of the ring. Luther carried Timeless Tony Storm away from the ring. Luther better be very, very grateful that he's a good friends with Chris Jericho, because he wouldn't have a job. Continental Gold League match. Switchblade Jay White versus Jay Lethal. We're gonna be doing a little bit of tongue twisting because there's two J's. All right, so bear with me. Lethal and White locked up, and the fans chant, "Let's go, Jay." There you go. There you go. Lethal went to strut, and White capitalized, hitting Lethal from behind. Lethal hip tossed White and then drop kicked him. Jay White went to work on Lethal's leg. Jay White spiked Lethal with a DDT for a near fall. Lethal retaliated with a tope suicida. Back in the ring, Lethal put White into a torture rack. Lethal hit an elbow drop from the top rope for a near fall. Jay White suplexed Lethal into the turnbuckles. Jay White followed up with a brainbuster for a 2 count. White sent Lethal flying with a sleeper suplex. Lethal tried for a lethal injection, but Jay White countered it, going back to Lethal's knee. Lethal countered with a Blade Runner, but White put his weight on Lethal and scored the pin. A heartbreaking loss for Jay Lethal, said Excalibur. The match that we all wanted to see, but Tony Khan decided, let's put it on free TV. You could legitimately put it on World's End. Basically, this is how I would have done it. I would have put it on World's End, and I would have having fucking 2 of Vince McMahon's boys go into Nassau Coliseum, which is in his technical backyard, which is now it's my front yard, because where my apartment is, if you go this way, right, you have to go towards that way. And it's legitimately in my front yard. The Barclays and the Arthur Ashe Stadium is in my backyard. And Madison Square Garden is in my backyard. So it is what it is. Right? Main event time, TNT Championship match. The Patriarch, Christian Cage versus the Rated R superstar, Adam Copeland. I'm getting used to I'm trying to erase Edge out of my vocabulary. Copeland smacked Edge with an open-handed shot. Copeland rammed Christian into the broadcast booth. Over and over, and Christian begged Copeland to stop, pleading for the mercy. Copeland intercepted a low blow and stomped it on Christian's hand. Copeland whipped Christian Cage into the barricades. Christian grabbed Copeland and drove his throat into the steel ring post. Copeland blocked the pendulum kick between the ropes. Copeland hit a clothesline, jumping off the turnbuckles, knocking Christian off the apron. Christian used a dropped toe hold, driving Copeland face into the ring steps. Christian landed a frog splash for a near fall on Copeland. Copeland countered the spear with an impaler for a 2 count. Christian was looking for a suplex, but Copeland knocked him down with a headbutt. Adam Copeland nailed Christian with a running powerbomb for a near fall. That was an impressive kick out by Christian Cage, said Taz. Copeland countered with a kill switch attempt, planting Christian Cage for near fall. Copeland locked on the crossface, but Christian managed to reach the ropes with his boot to force the ref to break the submission. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Adam Copeland hammered Christian Cage's head to the mat with a forearm shot. Christian jumped over Copeland's spear attempt with a leaping frog, then clocked Copeland with a kill switch for a 2 count. Copeland dodged the spear attempt from Christian, and as Copeland moved, he inadvertently knocked down the referee. As the ref had his back turned, Christian kicked the ref with a low blow. Christian grabbed the championship title, swung it at Copeland, but Copeland avoided it. Both men went for spears and collided into one another. Both men went for spears, said Excalibur. No shit, Excalibur. No, they both went for fucking goddamn to do the hokey pokey, and they turned themselves around, and that's what it's all about here. Oh my fucking Christ. The referee is still down, added Taz. Nick Wayne's mother, Shayna Wayne, walked into the ring. She got into the ring, grabbed the TNT title. She's torn, said Excalibur. Shayna Wayne smacked Copeland in the head with the belt. What the hell did she just do? Said Tony Schiavone. She made the decision. That's what she did, replied Taz. Christian planted Copeland with a kill switch. Christian placed Copeland's head on the championship and stomped on Copeland's neck. Christian Cage covered Adam Copeland and pinned him. One of the worst things I've ever seen, said Tony Schiavone. This is scary, and Christian Cage has sunk to a new low, replied Excalibur. So that was that. Winter is coming, and that'll be on Wednesday from the College Park Center in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, Rampage will be coming from where Dynamite was, and don't miss Collision this Saturday from the Bell Center in Quebec, Canada. We have on tap tomorrow night, we have the Continental Classic Blue League match, Bryan Danielson versus Andrade El Idolo. Continental Class Blue League match, Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston. All Ego, Ethan Page versus Kenny Omega, and I want to catch that match. I'm definitely going to be catching that match. Oh, son of a bitch. Tomorrow night's is deadline. I'm going to be screwed. Oh, I'm going to have to definitely this is what exactly I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to watch Deadline on my computer, Collision on my tablet, and Final Battle on not Final Battle, Final Resolution or whatever. Final Resolution on my TV. I am going to be out of my mind crazy watching all of this. Just please give me the strength. What I want to give strength to is my fellow content creator. I want to give strength to her because today's her birthday. Raging Gamer. Today's her birthday, and I'm dedicating this show to her. I love her. I want to wish her a happy, blessed birthday. Many, many more. We love you. I love you. And please, this earth wouldn't be the same without you. And please, I love you. And I want you to have a kick-ass birthday. And let's enjoy a really good night of wrestling. But that is it. That is it. I will be back here next Friday at its normal time at 2 p.m. for episode 319. The following week, I will be live right after Dynamite with episode 320 because of the holiday and coming up. I want to celebrate it with my son as best as I possibly can be. And please, just enjoy the holidays and don't make a gift getting so complicated. It's a thought that counts. And please, let's just start being kind to one another in 2024 because we all need it. Please do me a favor and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, X, TikTok, and Cameo. All Mel's Mat Chat. Go check that out. Please do me a favor. Go show some love to Raging Gamer. Please go check her out. We have so much in common right now. It's not even funny. Please also go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com. Go check them out. Go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com. Go check out Deathwish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. And please go check out HOG Wrestling at hogwrestling.net. Tomorrow you will get the notification on X to let you know that if I'm going to go live with NXT Deadline preview and predictions. I really just want to enjoy this weekend. I don't know what's going on. Let's see how I feel tomorrow morning. But I know how I'm feeling. I'm going to go out for some dinner. I am going to get ready for a really loaded SmackDown. And again, happy birthday, Rage, from here from Mel's Mat Chat. I love you, girl. Happy birthday. Happy many, many birthday wishes. And again, happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish followers. I love you all. Chaim and Shalom. Have a great evening, and I will see you here maybe tomorrow. Who knows? But definitely next week at 2 p.m. for episode 319. I love you all. Have a good evening. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the bell for all notifications so when I go live, you will know about it. And have a great Friday night. I love you. Check you later. Bye.